Salute, squad. Welcome to another episode of Fly High Productions with Mr. Follow Up. So today we got HoneyKomb Brazy in the news, right? And it just seemed like he can't catch a break. A man been arrested again after recently being released. But what we gonna do today, man? We gonna take a look and see how we got here. Shout out to all Urban Central. But you might want to go on over there if you want to see the whole video.
Live. This shit in black and white. I caught this murder case. This in black and white. You feel me? Kicked the door in on me. And I had to handle my business. And I had got self-defense for it. I got self-defense for this shit. And you know, they what their war started about. They what all this shit really struck up about their war. They had a grandma and granddaddy dead, but all this started like, yeah. But man, brother still like I was them boy, we see each other, we yeah. And like, you know, that's what it is.
Continuing coverage after two people are found dead inside a burned home. We have learned that the two are the grandparents of a local well-known rapper. KRG News 5 live in Happy Hills neighborhood tonight to tell us the very
police, fire, and ATF agents were all out here for the majority of the day investigating, trying to piece together what happened. No word from police about what happened or why the fire started or how it started. And also, Mobile police are confirming that they are investigating this as a homicide. Now, we did speak with the family of the two people killed. They identified them as Leila and Tony Lewis. We've also learned that, again, they were the grandparents of local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy. He posted to Instagram a tribute to the two, saying he hates they got caught up in his business. The family says the two were the head of their family and took care of everyone. And witnesses tell us that they heard a boom and what sounded like shots around the time of the fire. This all happened around 6:30 last night on Dr. Thomas Avenue. The home is destroyed, and that fire was so large it damaged the home next door. We spoke to the people that live there, and they say that they heard gunshots as well. Now, the family of the Lewises tell us that the neighbor saw a car pull up and shoot into their home, and then the house went up into flames. And now they just want justice.
They took everything. My mama, my daddy, they was the head and the tail, the roots. They took everything from us. Everything. We will never be the same. It's how they died. It's how they died. It's wrong. They ain't deserve it.
And now the family is begging anyone with any sort of information to contact Mobile Police. Reporting live in North Mobile, Nicolette Schleisman, WKRG News 5.
Fly High Productions, Mr. Follow Up. Hit the like button.
Auction News exclusive. A possible break in a high-profile unsolved murder case.
Yeah, Lanace, an accused drug kingpin who briefly escaped jail yesterday, named as a person of interest in the murders of Tony and Layla Lewis. They're the grandparents of local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy.
Now, our Shelby Myers is live at the Baldwin County Jail tonight. And Shelby, this person of interest is locked up there after sneaking out of the Clark County Jail last night.
Yeah, that's right, Lanice. And that's just part of the story. The big news tonight is that for the first time since Tony and Layla Lewis were murdered inside of their home months ago, detectives telling me they're taking a long, hard look at a guy named Darren Southall. He's here tonight on federal drug charges. But as the Mobile Chief of Staff James Barber tells me, his long rap sheet could be getting even longer.
Lord, I hope ain't nobody up in that house.
A February night of horror caught on camera. Innocent grandparents, Tony and Layla Lewis, found dead inside their burned out Happy Hills home. Mobile investigators say Tony was shot to death before his house was set on fire. Their murders said to be retaliation for some beef their grandson and local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy had with a rival group. For 3 months, Fox News has continued to ask Mobile police for any leads in the unsolved case. And new tonight, Mobile's Chief of Staff James Barber with a big one. He tells me this man, Darren Southall, is a person of interest in the Lewis murders. A law enforcement source adding to that, telling me investigators believe it may have been a murder for hire. Southall is a dangerous man, according to Barber, and his rap sheet backs that up. He's been in and out of Mobile and Baldwin County jails since the 90s. He's currently accused by the feds of being head of a multi-million-dollar Gulf Coast drug ring that sold crack and powder cocaine, fentanyl, and other drugs. Last night, he escaped from the Clark County jail for hours and was moved to the Baldwin County Correction Center when he was recaptured. Meanwhile, another twist in the story. HoneyKomb Brazy, whose real name is Nashawn Jones, is facing some legal troubles of his own. Just last week, the local rapper was indicted on gun and drug charges. He's been locked in Metro since May 3rd.
And we want to make it clear again, Southall has not been charged with any crimes in relation to the Lewis's murder. Again, I'm told he is just a person of interest. Investigators, meantime, tell me that they believe multiple people are involved in the Lewis's murder. So if you know anything at all that could help law enforcement solve this case, give them a call.
So I kept digging, basically getting it from the news, like getting it in black and white.
Mobile police now looking for a man they say took part in the murders of Layla and Tony Lewis last year.
They are the grandparents of rapper HoneyKomb Brazy. 3 others already in custody and charged in those murders tonight.
Fox News investigative reporter Brendan Kirby live for us now at police headquarters in Brendan. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah, that's right, Byron and Shelby. This was just a horrific crime involving both gunshots and a fire. And we're learning for the first time that one of the victims actually died as a result of that fire. Now, one of the men that's charged now with this murder is Darren Southall, who was sentenced today to 35 years in prison after admitting to running a large-scale drug operation along the Gulf Coast. The other 2, Jamarcus Chambers and Terrence Watkins, already in custody, and police looking for a 4th man who they are not naming right now. All 3 alleged accomplices charged with the February 2021 murder of Tony and Layla Lewis. We're told that one of those men shot Mr. Lewis to death inside the victim's home on Dr. Thomas Drive in the Happy Hill community. An ensuing explosion and fire burned down the home, Layla Lewis dying in that fire. Mobile County Assistant District Attorney Lewis Walker tells me that he can't go into details about the allegations at this time, but says the charges represent a major breakthrough. Southall has a long criminal history. He was charged but not convicted of a shooting in 2012 and spent time in prison on a previous federal drug conviction. In November, he pleaded guilty to the latest offense, a drug conspiracy and money laundering case. Acting U.S. Attorney Sean Costello says that Southall built a multi-state drug distribution network involving cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, worth more than $24 million.
He had the biggest operation, the largest amount of drugs that was going through, tremendous amounts of cash. He had a sophisticated operation. He was, by and large, the largest scale drug dealer we have had operate in this area in a long, long time.
And at some point, probably next week, the 3 defendants who are already in custody will be brought to court for an arraignment, or rather, I should say, they'll probably appear virtually for an arraignment, and we'll have that as well. Reporting live from MPD headquarters, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
They arrested 4 shooters, right? So as we just seen 3 guys. So I did a little more digging. I found that 4th suspect. Let's see what they're talking about.
4th suspect behind bars tonight, charged with the murders of Tony and Layla Lewis, the grandparents of jail Mobile rapper HoneyKomb Brazy.
Fox News reporter Lee Peck is on this story tonight. Lee, a lot to unfold.
Yeah, Lenise and Byron, a 2-for-1. 3 people killed, 2 murder cases, 1 suspect. Patrick Lewis is just 21 years old, now facing some pretty serious charges, including 3 counts of murder.
Patrick, do you have anything to say?
Why are the police saying you murdered his grandparents?
Did you kill Tony and Layla Lewis? What about the mall shooting? Did you kill or shoot Brian Maynard?
21-year-old Patrick Lewis had nothing to say as he was escorted to a patrol car. His arrest marking the fourth suspect charged with the murders of Tony and Leila Lewis. The couple's house shot up a year ago, causing.
Did y'all notice first 48 on the scene? Hauling off the suspects.
A fiery explosion, all believed to be connected to a beef with their grandson, rapper HoneyKomb Brazy.
Patrick, are you a killer? You want to say anything before they take you off to Metro?
Mobile police say Patrick Lewis is also the trigger man in a deadly shooting outside the shops at Bel Air. Victim Brian Maynard found shot in the passenger seat of a car back in mid-September.
A lot that we still have to look at to see if there's a connection or correlation between the two different incidents. But it is certainly, again, it speaks to the fact that we need to keep people like him off the streets because he is certainly someone that we believe if let go on bond or anything would potentially commit other offenses.
Meanwhile, the three other suspects in the Happy Hill murder case, Darren Southall in Baldwin County Jail, convicted on federal drug charges last week, and Terrence Watkins and Jamarcus Chambers in federal custody.
Patrick, this is your chance to tell your side.
Public Safety Director Lawrence Batiste not ruling out more arrests.
Don't want to say that I feel like we've made all of the arrests because, again, as you talk to people, as you get an opportunity to talk to the suspects at some point, there may be some level of cooperation that may identify other individuals. So I don't want to say with any real certainty that we've arrested everybody that potentially is connected to this.
Again, condolences to this lovely couple's family and friends. It just seems like this brother here can't get a break. I'll keep it moving. Let's see what it say here. That didn't take long. HoneyKomb Brazy was released from prison last month. I said 2 months ago, almost. Last month. After serving about 3.5 years on a 13-year sentence for guns and other nasty stuff. Is back in jail after being arrested for guns and other nasty stuff. Brazy was pulled over in Mobile, Alabama yesterday, and the cops found a firearm and controlled substances, all in violation of his probation. No Jumper chimed in, and he said, according to the police department in Alabama, in Mobile, Alabama, rapper HoneyKomb Brazy was arrested during a traffic stop for being in possession of a controlled substance and firearm. Actually, the second time he's been arrested since getting out. In November, Brazy was arrested for indecent exposure. The incident took place in 2021 when he was locked up and exposed himself to a CO. So Alex says, man, this ninja is a lost cause. Black folks, we can't save them all. Some going to be left behind. Got out to get a hot meal and some enjoyment, and right back. Revolving door. Yep. And on that note, man, I'm gonna say this, man. Like I say, sometimes you gotta realize, man, when enough is enough. And on that note, I'm gonna say salute. Fly High Productions with Mr. Follow Up. I'm out.